Varsha Ritucharya. Let us see what are the diet, lifestyle and thoughts one needs to have during the monsoon season or the Varsha Ritu. We are going to see the changes in nature and our body and mind, and the Pathya or the diet, the Vihara, the lifestyle, and the Vichara one needs to avoid and follow during the monsoon season or the Varsha Ritu. Why follow seasonal regimens at all? ऋतुविशेषवशाच्च आहारविहारसेवानप्रतिपादनार्थं ऋतुचर्यायाः. Mother Nature is so mysterious and wonderful that the movement, position, directions of the sun, moon, air determine the days, nights, and the seasons. Likewise, many changes take place within the living beings too. So, dietary modifications, lifestyle, and thoughts need to be specifically modified for maintaining a healthy status. The Varsha Ritu or the monsoon season marks the starting of the Nisarga Kala or the Dakshinayana. We can say there is the descent of the sun. In other words, there is the southward movement of the sun. This Kala is starting from the mid-July to mid-January. There are three seasons in this, that is the Varsha Ritu, monsoon season, then the Sharad Ritu, autumn season, and the Hemant Ritu, the early winter seasons. Let us see what are the characteristics of this Dakshinayana. This Kala enhances the Apya Amsha or the water component or the fluidity in all living beings. Here, the sun bestows or provides us the bala or the strength to all the living beings, including all the plants and animals. The moon is more powerful. The earth gets cooled down due to the clouds, rain, and the cold winds. There are three tastes which are predominant in food, plants, water, and in the medicines. They are the salt, the sour, and the sweet tastes. These three tastes act antagonistic to the two doshas, Vata and Pitta. We'll be seeing more about these doshas in the coming slides. Okay, since they act antagonistic to these two doshas, they increase the strength of a person. Okay, and also importantly, they restore the hydration of a person. Everyone has heard about Makara Sankranti or the Makara Sankramanam. That marks the starting of the Adhanakala or the Uttarayana. Karkataka Sankramanam here is the starting of the Dakshinayana or the Visargakala, where the Varsha Ritu or the monsoon season marks the start of the Dakshinayana. Okay. Here the sun enters into the Karkataka Rashi or the Cancer constellation somewhere around the mid-July, July 15th, 16th also. There are some few things to be done during the Karkataka Sankramanam month. Brahmi Muhurte Uttishtet. That is, one has to wake up 1.5 hours before the sunrise or the Brahma Muhurta. And these months are devoted to offering gratitude to our departed ancestors, departed souls. And it is a good time to offer oneself to oneself for adhyayana, that is the studies, and dhyana, contemplation and meditation. These 6 months are believed that gods and goddesses go to a long 6-month sleep. This only indicates us to turn inward away from the sensual pleasures, to become more meditative, to observe mauna or silence, that is speaking only when required. We all just saw the summer season or the Grishma Ritu going past, where the powerful sun's rays have done their job. Now the black clouds have come and begun their job of cooling down the earth and the air, bringing in rain from the heavens to the earth. The moon becomes more powerful now. Varsha Ritu is the monsoon season starting from the Shravana to the Bhadrapada month, that is mid-July to mid-September months. We need to understand a very important aspect in the Varsha Ritu, that is the Alpa Agni Bala, or the reduced digestive capacity, to translate it loosely. This Agni, which has already been debilitated in the summer season, it further undergoes a decrease in the Varsha Ritu and tends to get vitiated by the Doshas. These doshas get aggravated by the effect of the thick clouds full of water, cold winds with moisture, the rainwater, etc. Due to this, the doshas start vitiating one another, or have starting to have an imbalance, therefore leading to roga, or the diseases. So, how do we exactly improve this Agni? We need to bring about certain dietary changes, certain lifestyle modifications, and in our thinking. Also, we have a few recommended panchakarmas to be done during the Varsha Ritu. And we have some few medicines which can be added in our daily routine, which can improve the Agni. I can give you two such medicines. Okay, one is the Trikatu Churna, or the combination of Shunti, Maricha and Pippali. Nothing but Zinzibur officinal, that is Shunti, Maricha is Piper nigrum, and Pippali is Piper longum. These three uh, powders are taken in equal quantity, and we call it as Trikadu Churna. This a small pinch can be taken and can be added while preparing curries, or while garnishing, or while preparing sambar, rasam, etc. There is one more medicine called Panchakola Churna, and a similar medicine called Hingvashtaka Churna. A pinch of either of the medicines can be mixed in buttermilk or mastu. Mastu is nothing but the watery portion collected over the curd. Okay. In that, it can be added and taken in the day after your lunch. Hingvashta churna can also be mixed with hot rice and a drop of ghee and taken at the starting of the food. Okay. These few aushadas uh, adding into the daily diet will definitely improve the Agni, and it is very much required in this Varsha Ritu. Let us see what are the effect on the doshas during the Varsha Ritu. During the summer season, or the Grishma Ritu, the sun's rays were so powerful and the kapha had decreased day by day. As a result, consequently increasing the vata gradually. This gradual buildup of vata in the body further increases in the monsoon season. We need to follow the diet and lifestyle such that there is no further increase of vata and help to subside the already vitiated vata in the body. There are two things mainly happening, that is vata prakopa, or the increase of vata, and pitta sanchaya, or the accumulation or the build-up of pitta. We will talk about what is vata and what is pitta in the consequent slides. Because of these two aspects, vata prakopa and pitta sanchaya, a person tends to experience stiffness in joints, in muscles, aches and pains, inability to digest heavy foods such as cheese, paneer, or the black gram, the urad dal. Some people experience hair fall because of increase of vata in the hair roots, and very commonly seen are fungal infections and skin allergies, and urinary tract infections, and many people experience the issues in their gut, or the gastrointestinal tract. Vata is a combination of air and space elements, that is Vayu and Akasha. A self-initiated, controlled, intelligent and responsible movement can best describe the action of Vata. Be it the blood flowing in a regulated speed, the neuron pathways, your heart beating, the lymph movements, facial expressions, speech, everything. We will see a few more qualities of Vata dosha. Apart from the movement, what I just described, it has other qualities such as lightness, drying property, coldness, roughness, minuteness or penetrative action. All these qualities indeed make Vata earn the position of God or Ishvara. So let us sincerely work hard not to disturb this Vata dosha in Varsha Ritu. Let's discuss about the Pitta dosha. It is nothing but imagine fire in motion. That is Agni plus water is equal to Pitta. Pitta dosha is very much an integral part of our existence, without which we cannot undergo all the enzymatic, the hormonal reactions in our body. You can just imagine a volcanic lava flowing within the minute channels of our body, maintaining the metabolic life force within us. It is responsible for controlling heat, metabolism, and transformation, that is, from food to the various tissues. So, Pitta helps in controlling the Agni, what we have seen in the earlier slides. Some of its other qualities are pungent, lightness, penetrative, intense in action, both on body and mind. So, let's respect and not disturb this Pitta dosha in any cost during the Varsha Ritu. Let us see what are the ahara, that is the diet, vihara, that is the lifestyle, and vichara, thoughts to be avoided during the Varsha Ritu. Coming to ahara or the diet, avoid all the spicy foods, especially containing green chili and garam masala, etc. Too much of sour foods, which include the fermented foods such as bread, biscuits, dosa, idli that contain the black gram or the urad dal, cheese, paneer, the pizza, curd, and avoid taking alcohol during the Varsha Ritu. Non-vegetarian foods such as sea, fish, chicken, eggs, it's best if it is avoided. And too much of tea and coffee, again especially on empty stomach, is to be avoided. Avoid cold food and cold water. Coming to vihara or the lifestyle, exposure to too much of artificial light such as the laptop or the phone definitely strains the eyes and also disturbs the manas or the mind. And kindly avoid sleeping during the day. And drinking water directly from wells and rivers is to be avoided. Exertion of the body and mind is better to be avoided during these months. Avoid too much of travel. Exposure to cold walls, floors, and cold air is to be avoided. And always wear comfortable and protective footwear. Better not walk barefoot. Coming to the thoughts or the vichara, avoid the company of angry or irritated people. Avoid being restless, being anxious, overthinking, irritation, and depression. And it is better to avoid watching any horror or any action movies. Now let us see what are the ahara, vihara, and vichara, the diet, lifestyle, and thoughts to be followed during the Varsha Ritu. Coming to the ahara or the diet, bitter vegetables and fruits such as the snake gourd, bottle gourd, red and white pumpkin, and pomegranate are all good fruits and vegetables to be had. You can have green gram, turmeric, cumin, that is jeera, ginger, rice, cow's ghee is very important to be had during the Varsha Ritu. And always remember to put a pinch of Saindhava or the Himalayan pink salt in buttermilk, or we can, as mentioned earlier in the previous slides about Agni, I had told, you can add a pinch of Hingvashtaka Churna in buttermilk and have it after your lunch or even with warm water. The food should be predominantly sour. Sour, I mean kokum, or it can be amalaki, that is the Indian gooseberry, and the buttermilk. Definitely, the sour foods, that is the fermented food, should be avoided. Salty, that is Saindhava Lavana, should be added into the food, and the food should be unctuous, that is, it should be helping in your lubrication of your body. Better use cow's ghee. Okay, coming to the vihara or the lifestyle to be followed, you can end your day or begin your day with instilling nasal drops with either Shad Bindu Taila or Anu Taila to prevent any kind of nasal congestion. Wearing cotton clothes is always preferable, and socks at night. Socks will prevent the further Vata to get disturbed into the body, and it is preferable to stay in the upper stories of the house, again to avoid the damp floor and damp walls. It is advised to wear good perfumes and fumigate the clothes. That's called dhupana, and also dhupana of the dwelling place. Some of the yogasanas which are prescribed during the Varsha Ritu are Bhujangasana, that is the cobra pose; Ushtrasana, that is the camel pose; Padahastasana, that is the forward bending pose; and Surya Namaskara, if at all you know the sequence. I have described some of the marma points which can be activated during the Varsha Ritu. The important ones are the Kshipra Marma, which is a point in between your thumb and your index finger, and same thing at the base of your foot, that is the in between the thumb toe and the index toe. So these marmas have to be activated by pressing for half a second and releasing, pressing and releasing. So you can do it for 15 times for 3 sets in a day. Indrabasti Marma, as I told you about the Agni is very weak during the Varsha Ritu. So a very good Marma to activate or to improve the Agni, the functions of the Agni, is by activating the Indrabasti Marma. Indrabasti Marma is 4 finger length from the elbow joint, okay, towards the fingers on both the arms, and it's at the back of the leg, below the knee, again 4 finger length at the in the lower limbs. Kapani Marma, that is the point in between the two eyebrows. Vidura and Pranamarma together should be activated. That is the root of the ear and the base of the nose. So these two should be activated together. All can be done 15 times each. And there are some beautiful ragas to make sure that the Vata Prakopa and Pitta Sanchaya doesn't happen. The ragas are Hamsadhvani, Shankarabharana, Hamsanandi, etc., to name a few. And the vichara or the thoughts to be had during Varsha Ritu are: always seek for company of calm and contemplative people. Indulge yourself in meditation or dhyana or adhyana. Reading books that make your mind calm and stable. Slowing down your thoughts and actions is a very good practice. And Nadi Shodhana Pranayama or the Anulom Vilom, the alternate nostril breathing, either 11 times to 21 times, or you can go up to 100 times also per day. Let us see the recommended panchakarmas to be done during the Varsha Ritu. The first one being dhupanam or the medicated smoke inhalation. You can use either vacha or the acorus calamus or haridra, the turmeric. Either you can use them as the whole root of vacha or the dried stem or the tuber of turmeric, or else these two herbs are available as powder form also. All you need to do is burn the one end of either vacha or haridra on the flame directly and inhale the fumes coming out from them with the nose and mouth open with the eyes closed. Or else if it is a powder, you can just put it in an iron pan and inhale the smoke coming out in the same manner. Also, one needs to fumigate the home with either the natural uh, fragrant herbs such as the agaru or the natural sambrani, etc. The next panchakarma is the virechana or the controlled purgation to avoid any kind of accumulation of the pitta, and also it definitely controls the vata also. And the most important panchakarma which is recommended is the astapana basti or the medicated decoction enema to balance the vata which has got prakopa or which has increased during the Varsha Ritu or which can tend to increase during the Varsha Ritu. It's time that we stop blaming the weather for our health issues. I want to share a shloka which I have composed. It is taken from the collection of shlokas called Chaitanya Bhairavi. आदत्ते एकभावेन मातेवतु शिशुं प्रति अक्षेपणं विना चैव ऋतुचेष्टां तथा प्रति. Like how the cosmic mother or the mother nature perceives each child's movements and behavior with a sense of oneness, with impartiality, and without complaining a bit. In the same way, let us perceive the movements and the behavior of different weathers. So let's understand the nature of each Ritu or season and have a sense of oneness. If not, we can fall prey to diseases. Thanks for watching. Kindly stay tuned for the upcoming Ritucharya, that is the Sharad Ritucharya, the autumn seasonal regimen. Dhanyavadaha.